prison time, but that was served in a foreign country under an alias, and, should it become necessary, was easily expunged. At the silence, the tool's confidence slipped. "I can do it. I promise. I don't have to move into place. I'm right here on top of the action. You might as well take advantage of that. Come on. Come on, give me a chance." There was so much at stake here. His family's honor, stained as his fingers. And of course, the promise of wealth that put his current fortune to shame. He made his decision and whispered, "Same terms." "Yes, good. I like the terms. Punishment for failure." For the first time, the tool paused. "Punishment? What kind of punishment?" "Punishment," he whispered again. Okay, sure, I'll do it. No need to worry about punishment. I can do it. When do you want me to start?" "Now." He drew the word out, caressing each sound with his husky whisper. Then he hung up. He got out a clean glass, pulled out another bottle of wine, and tried again. Chapter 1. Bella Valley, California. As Sarah Di Luca drove along the winding road out of town and back to the home ranch, she heard the whisper of new leaves struggling to be born from the grapevines. The wind that blew through her open window smelled like fresh-turned earth and sunshine on newly mown grass, and the cool air slid around her neck like a luxurious fur. The rows of vivid green vegetation made her smile. Another year, another spring, another day. At her age, all of that carried a weight and a joy nothing else could ever replace. She pulled up to the house, the 110-year-old homestead that stood on a rise at the far end of Bella Valley, and climbed out of her Ford Mustang convertible. She'd bought the car new in 1967. The official color was Playboy pink. Her grandsons called it titty pink. She laughed, figured boys would be boys, and drove more slowly every year. Reflexes, you know. Old age was not for sissies. She and her sisters-in-law said that every time they spoke on the phone. If only it weren't so true. She put her purse over one arm, fished her grocery bags out of the passenger seat, and looked up the stairs at the wide, white-painted front porch. The treads were narrow and steep, not up to the current building codes, but when the house was built there were no codes, only tough immigrants carving out places in the heat of California's Central Valleys. This house, with its tall ceilings, narrow windows, ornate trim, and root cellar, had been the epitome of the stylish farmhouse. Now, Sarah climbed to the porch, dropped her purse and bags before the front door, and sank into the big rocking chair. She looked over the valley that stretched sinuously through the wooded foothills of Central California. In the lush bottomlands, robust orchards nestled into the layers of thick soil brought down from the mountains. But up here, on the edges of the valley, jutting black stones, the bones of the earth, broke through and challenged the grapevines planted so precariously in the thin soil. Those tough vines grew the best grapes, and those grapes created the wine that in the early part of the 20th century had made the Di Luca name famous. Then Prohibition arrived, with the revenuers who smashed their wine barrels and destroyed their chance at prosperity. As Sarah rocked, the floorboard moaned and complained as it felt the ache in her back and the tremble in her legs. In 1921, in a desperate venture, the Di Lucas opened the Bella Terra Resort, a place for the wealthy from San Francisco, Sacramento, and, in the 30s, from burgeoning Hollywood. There they rested, relaxed, and were pampered. Now the resort stretched like a jewel among the rows of grapes, the cornerstone of the Di Luca family's